Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a quick review on my 15 horsepower trencher I just purchased. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know that I tried to rent one, and the people there at the rental place was giving me the runaround like they didn't want to rent any trenchers. So I got a little upset and I started looking around. Can't justify buying like a ditch witch or something like that because they're just way too expensive, and I'm going to be using this occasionally. So I did some searching around, and as far as my research shows, for the money, this is pretty much the best I can get for the money, without spending a ton of money on something that, like I said, I'm not going to use that often. So I just put this thing together. As far as quality of this thing, it's not cheap. The material on here, all the metal on here is super thick, very heavy duty construction for its size, okay? The chain it's a 4-inch chain width with 24 inches of depth to cut. The wheels are tubeless tires. They are what are they, 15 inch diameter by 6 inches in width. It's got a cranking mechanism here to raise and lower the chain. Like I said, 15 horsepower motor or engine. This handle here is adjustable. You just unloosen this and you can adjust it to whatever height you like it at. It has a ratcheting system here. Let me show you how this works. So this has a ratcheting system for when you're trenching. Right now, this is in the up position and it's locked. So now you can move the trencher and bring it to your job site without any problems. But when you're ready to start trenching, you would release this and it locks the wheels up to where you can only go backwards. You go backwards as you're trenching, but it locks the wheels up when it's trenching so the trencher doesn't move forward. But when you're done trenching, then you just put this right back where it was like that. Now the wheels are free and you can move the trencher around to a different site. I just put this together a few days ago, and very easy to do. When you receive this, it'll come in a semi. It'll come in a box, nice wooden box actually, on a pallet. Now, the only thing you have to put together is this handle here has to be connected to this. You have to put your wheels on, this guard here, and you have to put the chain, the bar, and this protective bar here, and that is it. And you have to adjust the chain, of course. The adjustments for the chain are right here. You have a bolt and unlocking nut here and one on that side, and that'll pull or loosen the chain as you need it. Now when you're ready to start it, you have to put the safety switch down and put this here to keep it away from the switch in there. Start your engine, and then when you're ready to start trenching, you grab onto the handle and you start trenching. And when you want to stop, just let go of the handle and the engine automatically stops. Now to start it here, you have to put this in here and engage it like that. Put the throttle on high, put the choke on. Now this, at idle the chain won't move, but when you start accelerating, put at higher engine speed, then your chain will start moving. So we got our choke on, throttle's up, and our switch is on here. So when it's idling, the chain don't move. So now let's go test it out. All right, here we go. So first thing, put this in position. Accelerator on high. Turn the switch on here. Choke. Normally, if you were just digging right into the ground, you would have to be accelerated and lower this. So now I'm going to take the, I'm going to engage the ratcheting system, lower this a little bit. So far I did about 100, roughly 100 feet here. My ground is very, very hard. Just like you've seen in earlier videos, I have clay soil here and it's very hard right now. It's dry. We did get a little rain the other day, but it's only like the first couple inches where it's workable. But after that, it's hard as a rock. So I'm having a little hard time. It's going slower than I had anticipated. There's another area on my property I'm going to try now where it's softer, okay, and we'll see how it works there. All right, so here is an area behind my chicken coop where it's usually wetter here. Here I'm going to have a yard hydrant here so I can have water for my chickens so I don't have to carry it back and forth to my house. So the ground here is softer. We're going to try the trencher here and see how it works. Well guys, maybe I was mistaken. I mean, it's a little wet here, not much, but it's still pretty dry. It is cutting better though than over there. But over there it's extremely dry. Here it's a little dry. It's still clumping together, but I'm telling you, it's just clay here. It's all I have. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But at least that'll let you know if you don't have clay soil, you shouldn't have any problem. This should cut like butter. But it is working. It's just taking a little longer than I had expected. All right, so there's going to come a time where you're going to have to adjust these or rotate these teeth here. I have very hard clay soil here. It's very dry. So essentially this is like beating up against a grinding stone, and it's wearing out all the sides here and everything. All my plates and the teeth are wearing out pretty bad. So what I'm doing is rotating my teeth. So to rotate your teeth, you just got to unloosen it here like this. Sometimes just give it a little tap. And then where it's wore out here, what you want to do is rotate this to here where it's not worn out. And then snug it up again. Now be careful, don't over tighten these because you could end up stripping it. Just give it a good snug and you're done. And then basically mark that one and work your way down. These here, these aren't too bad. They're hitting that carbide tip here mostly. So they're wearing out pretty, not too bad right now, but probably the next time I'll rotate these 180 degrees and do that. And as far as the plates, my plates are wearing down pretty bad too. I'm going to put a link in the description where if you need to order more teeth or plates, you can order them in that link. Alright, so on the front of the machine you're going to have two grease fittings here. There's some pillow blocks here, bearings, and you're going to have to grease these every time you use the machine. And then right here you're going to have an oil tube here. What I'm just doing is I'm just getting some gear oil. You can use bar oil or just regular oil for that matter, whatever's cheap, whatever you can get that's cheap. But you want to make sure to put a decent amount of oil in here. What I do is I just get this and I lift this up and squirt it down in there. And this, I notice, will lube the chain up here. So that's what that's for. And I would lubricate this here, this oil spot, right, this oil tube, after about every hour of use while you're using it. And of course each use that you take it out. Now if you just oiled it and you don't use it, it's going to end up dripping on the floor. So remember that. And put something underneath there just in case in your garage. Now there's another spot here where the crank handle is to raise and lower your chain. You can put a couple of squirts of gear oil or any kind of oil in there, and that'll keep the threaded bar in there nice and lubed up. Do that every time you use the machine. Alright, so in conclusion, what I think about this trencher, I think it's pretty good. For the money, it's pretty good. It's well built. It's got the material that they use to build this thing. It's not cheap. It's very thick metal, all welded nice. The engine runs flawlessly. One thing I want to caution is the chain. About an hour after I was trenching, I started thinking about it. You know, I better make sure those bolts are tight. So I stopped and I checked all the bolts that connect to the chain. You got the little plates on there. I checked those and those little carbide tip studs that are on there. Checked all those, and I did find a few that were fairly loose. So make sure that's all nice and tight, and you might want to do it after an hour again because the chain is new, right? I also noticed the chain wore in a little bit as far as it relaxed. So I got a little bit more play there, but it's nothing to worry about. That's about as much as you should have. When you first started off, mine was a little tighter because I knew it was going to stretch a little bit. As far as my soil here, I got really hard clay. It's dry right now. We're still in the dry season. It's going to start raining pretty soon because we're going into winter. So it's going to start raining a lot here, and this ground's going to become a mess here if I try to do any digging. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I got to do this now before it gets too wet out here. So it is what it is. Now, if you have really hard clay soil like I have, you might have a problem. It'll slow you down, put it that way. Or if you have a lot of rocks, big rocks on your property, as with any trencher, you're going to have problems there. But other than that, if you got just regular old nice soil, and or you've had a decent amount of rain, you can put your shovel in the ground, this should cut like butter. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this quick review. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.